I want to bring in now actually a former pilot, Robert Galan, who joins me now on the line from Lyon. Thank you very much for joining us at this moment now, Monsieur Galan. I would like to ask you firstly, we know that no distress signal at this point, early reports had indicated that there had been a distress signal emitted. That appears to not be the case. Can you walk us through certain scenarios where we understand that there were good weather conditions, but that where a plane would drop off the radar as what for the moment appears to have happened?
I'm sorry, but the lesion is very, very bad. I can only say some things about the conditions of the analysis of the accident. I am a former expert in accident. What I could say is only about the possible causes of this accident.
So continue.
Okay, among all these possibilities, we have a list of possibilities. First, the weather, for example, is apparently the weather is not in cause. Mistake of the pilot is unlikely because the pilot apparently gave information on the radio and was in position of flying the plane in good conditions. Another possibility was a collision with another aircraft, but the DGAC said that no other civilian aircraft was in this area, and the military aircrafts are followed by military controllers, which are in liaison with the civilian controllers. So it's very unlikely that another aircraft, another military aircraft, could have collided in this position. Two other possibilities remain. It's a possibility of an explosion on board, but being after the analysis of the radar information, apparently the DGAC say that it's not an explosion, probably. The only remaining possibility is a big problem on the aircraft itself, on the controls, on the wings, on something, on the engines, maybe. And this possibility is validated by the fact that the pilot said on the radio that it was a mayday conditions. And the other fact was the aircraft had a very, very deep descent from 33,000 feet down to 5,000 feet in some minutes only, and could not try to join another field. In this condition, probably the aircraft had to follow a very big disaster on board.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to clarify something that you said. Speaking of a mayday call, can I ask you just for your sources for that?
The only information we have is that at 10:47, the pilot said an urgency, emergency. Is the information coming from the DGAC. This information in urgency in English is made mayday. And when a pilot send this message mayday, that means that he have a very lot of big difficulties to control the aircraft. There are a very big problem on board. Even if he could not say what was this problem, and if he was not helped in very closely, it could be a disaster. And we can say that some airfields were accessible in the surrounding of the aircraft, and these airfields were not very far from the localization of the accident. That means that there was a very, very big problem on the aircraft. The pilot was not able to control his trajectory and to join another field.
So you're saying that given where the plane crashed, that there were airfields that perhaps had the pilot been able to control the plane, that there could have been a landing at an airfield, that there were some in the vicinity.
That is exactly what I suppose. He was not able to control the aircraft and to try to join an airfield.